Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is TL and hello. That's my fucking intro. That's my intro. That a day. Let's talk about the messages that I want to share. Why are we shaking? The camera's shaking. Okay, we're good. We're stabilized. I feel like that was symbolic in itself. Why do I always do this? I find this symbolism and higher meaning in everything. Why'd I go like this as if it's like not true? Okay, no, we're still wishing, washing. Stop, because that is, I asked for messages for this week for the collective that we need here, and the last one was literally wish-wash. And what am I saying? Wishy-washy, that it was moving, the camera was moving. This was a solidification of, okay, the message from wishy-washy. What the fuck, the way that I receive messages is that a lot of us are probably experiencing very high highs, very low lows, where we feel very confident in our ability to figure it out, trust the universe, trust ourselves, and then we're also like, whoa, what the fuck? Like we're oscillating between big extremes, and also we're trying to find our footing, we're trying to stabilize, we're trying to figure out what we like, we're trying to figure out what really is going to fulfill us, what really is going to make us feel solid in our being. What really is like heartfelt and destiny led and long-term stability. It seems like a lot of us were trying to figure out where we fit in there, where we fit in ourselves, what part we want to nourish, what routine we want to start, what habit we want to change, right? We've got to remember we're still in Virgo season, Virgo sun season until the 21st, where it's really about your habits. It's really about your health. It's really about remembering that if you don't put yourself first, if you don't really pay attention to yourself and to the habits that you have, to the way that you're thinking, because Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, your nervous system's going to be fucked. Your nervous system's going to be fucked. If you don't prioritize yourself first, yikes, yikes. You're of service to no one when you're not taking care of yourself first. You're of service to no one when your health is deteriorating. We have to remember these things because Virgo season, Virgo rules service. It's the maiden, so it's like Mother Mary. It's being of service. It's being a holy mother. Like, but you got to remember that if you're not putting your health first, if you're not prioritizing your routine, your peace, that you are of service to no one. Anyways, so wishy-washy. I feel like this is, if you find yourself like, okay, maybe you decided you want to go out on this new journey, you decided you want to go in this area and you're just struggling to find your footing. It's almost like training wheels. You're struggling to find your footing. The ground underneath you feels uneven. You're right where you're supposed to be, okay? The message with that is, that's just the energy that we're in right now. It's a little bit like, okay, so this is what I want to do, but is it going to stay like this forever? We don't know. It's like very wishy-washy. It's like one minute I feel like I want to do this, next minute I really don't want to. So it's just learning to be less rigid. I felt the Four of Pentacles coming up when I was writing that. It's like being less rigid with what we condemn ourselves to do, because Virgo energy can have you thinking that this is the way and this is the only way it's going to work, because you've spent so long thinking about everything that goes in to do with that thing. So it's like you've mastered everything there is. So you're like, this has to be the way. You know, Virgo season will have you realizing that you have to prioritize your nervous system, prioritize space, creating space in your mind. Virgo season can have you overthinking absolutely fucking everything because it's got that perfectionistic desire. Virgo season will have you realizing that perfectionistic desire is rigid and it's not actually fruitful of what you can do. Other messages that, before you even get in some cards for this, other messages I got, Cascade was the first thing. It's funny because before I did this, I actually meditated just for with no seeking no answer, just meditated by myself in my car for 30 minutes, and I did see water, saw water coming together and falling, and I was like, maybe this is just because I like waterfalls, lol. But then after my meditation and I asked for this video, I was like, show me messages, symbolism, whatever it is that the collective we need to talk about. And the word Cascade came up. And I was like, bro, what? But then I Googled Cascade. I encourage you to do that. If you ever just hear this word like again and again in your mind, you're hyper focused on it, just to like look up the definition, because the definition sometimes triggers an understanding of it. So the first definition on Google was small waterfall, typically one of several that fall in stages down a steep rocky slope. That is significant because think about wishy-washy. Like, think about you trying to walk across a waterfall and it's like, that's kind of like the energy that we're in right now. It's like, you know that you can't exist how you were before, but you're kind of scared because the foundation was, it broke down. It broke down. So we're kind of learning to trust ourselves and trust the universe and be like, okay, I can take one step at a time. One step at a time. Things can be easy, but there's still, the collective is still like, when's the next shoe gonna drop? Or is this whole thing gonna collapse? It's very much like that right now. And what was significant here was that the small waterfall typically falls in stages down a steep rocky slope. The rocky slope is like our perception of how things are difficult. Don't even need this. They are difficult. Things are difficult. But things are also freeing, you know? Duality. Anyways, so the rocky slope. But the thing that was significant to me in this, can we speak? Pronunciate, you know? Enunciate? I don't know. Is that it falls in stages down a steep rocky slope. And that was one of the things that I was feeling in my being. The messages that I received before was pebble by pebble. That's what it was. It was pebble by pebble. Walk pebble by pebble, stone by stone, moment by moment, breath by breath. Stop planning for 5 years. Stop planning for 2. Stop planning for 10. Stop worrying about what's happening out there in the future potentials. You're wasting your energy. Pebble by pebble. Living very intentionally. Because you worrying about the future but not focusing on the now is ridiculous. Because the only thing that can help you know the future is you doing now. You focusing on now. You making the most conscious choices now. So falling in stages down a steep rocky slope. This is that you will not be revealed all at once. All will not be revealed all at once. You come in stages. You pebble by pebble. So stop expecting yourself to just have it all figured out. To just wake up with the perfect job, the perfect marriage, the perfect everything. No. Pebble by pebble, it will be revealed to you. Things are falling into place whether you want them to or not. Whether you trust your spirit guides or not, they're working for you. Whether you trust your higher self or not, it's working for you. Whether you trust source or not, it's working for you. It doesn't matter. The water keeps flowing. Try to stop the waterfalls. It's not happening. The water is flowing stage by stage, pebble by pebble, okay? So don't jump from the start to the end. It doesn't work like that. It's stage by stage. And then the other definition was a process whereby something, typically information or knowledge, is successfully passed on. This is when you get into that Virgo energy, motherfucker. I know, because I got Mercury in Gemini. Mercury also rules Gemini, also Virgo. So it's kind of the same mercurial, it is the same mercurial energy. Realizing that you want to know something and then stressing yourself out because you don't know every single thing about that thing yet. Bitch, slow the fuck down. Slow down. Slow down. I've been hearing slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down so much lately. For me, personally, that's probably applicable to all of y'all because Virgo's like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's solidify this. Let's fucking materialize this. Let's build this because Virgo is earth, right? Mutable earth. I really felt my inner child was the thing that was saying to me, slow down. I want to enjoy life. I want to be present. I want to be here now. I want to smell the roses. I want to feel the ground under my feet. I want to talk to people. I want to laugh. I want to have fun. And when we grow older, it's hard to do that because now our priorities have shifted to creating a solid foundation for ourselves. But what worth is that foundation if there's not joy and happiness within it? If you don't have fulfillment within that foundation, what is the fucking point? What's the point? For who? For show? For society to say, I did it. I made it. Look at my bank account. Look at my cars. Look at my house. Look at my toys. What's in that container, though? Is your inner child living? Truly? Because that's our center of joy. That's our connection to the heart. To source. But to take it back to this, it's a process whereby something typically info or knowledge is successfully passed on. It's happening. You are receiving. I'm feeling 8 of Wands energy, 8 of Cups energy, where the spiritual journey is difficult if you choose to go on it. If you choose to not just live a mundane life, to think, to realize and acknowledge the occult, meaning to acknowledge the unknown. If you choose that, the messages come to you when they're meant to. It's a deep trust with yourself, with source from within you, to know that you are going to know, you are going to know what you need to know when you need to know it. That's it. Important point here was it is successfully passed on. If there's information or knowledge that you need to know about your spiritual journey and you talk to source regularly and you feel like you haven't gotten it, that's because your ego thinks you need to know something. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you trust source or not. Source is doing what source is going to do. All right. So we talked about Cascade. We talked about wishy-washy. There's also this energy of slow and steady, the turtle. And what was significant to me about this, which we did talk about slow and steady, but the turtle itself, the hard outside shell and then the soft inside. The message for that is know you are protected and that your softness is valuable. There's a lot of us, I'm seeing 9 of Wands energy where we've been hurt. We have hurt ourselves, we've hurt others, we've been hurt by the world, okay? That pain is valid. It happened, you can't cancel out the past. And yet we need to remember that we exist only in the now. And that hard exterior shell needs to come down. It needs to come down because you are protected. You need to trust your higher self. You need to trust source. You need to trust that you are protected. Okay? Your soul is pure. Your soul cannot be broken. And when we keep that turtle shell on constantly, we don't get that juiciness out of life that we want. And the message that came after that was we are better together, better together. Stop isolating yourself. That turtle shell doesn't allow anybody in. Sure, nobody's going to hurt you, but nobody can love you to the degree that you want either. Right? Anyways, that was literally just the messages, but let's get into some cards for this week. Let's get into some cards for this week. Ow, my legs. We're fine. Source, what are the messages that the collective needs to hear that are in our greatest good? What are the messages that the collective needs to hear in our greatest good? For this week. For this week. We have I am peaceful and I care for the earth. Beautiful Virgo energy coming in strong because today actually is the Virgo new moon. Ooh, we love that. I am peaceful and I care for the earth. Ah, this is lovely. Okay, so I am peaceful on here. Let's start with that one. See, there's a time, a little, what are those called? Flippy flippies. Sand timer? I don't fucking remember. Anyways, this is showing us that your peace is in the now. I feel like because she has her hands on it. So it's like you're settling it. You're settling the part of your mind that wishes to know everything, understand everything about the past, and predict and know everything about the future. You're settling it. You're calming it down. So this week, really prioritize things that soothe your nervous system. Soothe your nervous system. As I say that, I want to just take a deep breath and start to whisper. Turn down the lights this week. Turn down the noise. Limit the amount of opinions that you are allowing yourself to be subject to. Even me personally, I've had this desire to be very attentive starting today of how long I spend just scrolling because I don't need to know so many people's views on so many things. It's toxic to my being because I naturally want to include everything. I want to allow it to just make sense. So I want to like take everybody's opinion and make it some harmonious thing. Maybe this is my Libra rising. I don't know. what it is. Maybe just being a highly sensitive human where I don't want to say something, or I don't want to exert my, no, I don't want to show up in a way that makes other people feel invalidated. But that in itself is not me living for me, and I need to come back to the trust that when I am just doing things out of the purity of my heart, I am protected, okay? Anyways, so I am peaceful. This is taming your mind that wants to go to the past or the future. And I'm going to do a video all about how we are really, really addicted to our emotions. I did a quick little thing about this on TikTok. I'll just link it in the show notes. But anyways, the show notes. Why am I just being a podcaster right now? I'll link it in the description or the comments. But I am peaceful is taming your mind. So doing things specifically that allow the taming of your mind. So meditation, guided meditations, if you're new to meditation and you just don't understand what's going on, those are amazing. That's what I started doing when I started meditating for a long time before I just started being quiet. Going for walks in nature. Think Earth, Virgo energy, right? I care for the earth. I'll talk about that in a second though. Breath work, different kinds of breath retention. Google, YouTube it. Like, there's so much out there. Just try it and dip your toes in new things. I am peaceful. We have limiting your consumption of content. Honestly, that seems like a very strong one, because remember, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so it's information. You're taking in too much information. Being cognizant of how much you can do in a day. What is your capacity before you feel fried, before your brain feels fried? These are things that are important more so now than ever. I am peaceful. Also, see how her eyes are looking up. This is needing to remember that guidance source is the guide. It's the guide. So anything that makes you feel like you need to rely on anything but the universe or source or your higher self for protection, for anything like that, it's causing this dissonance within you. It's causing this this disorder. I'm hearing rectify, redirect yourself, okay? That we also have the dove here, a symbol of peace, a symbol of unity, a symbol of marriage, honestly. But I feel like with I am peaceful with the dove here, this is just seek peace. Seek peace above everything this week. Allow peace to be what you strive for. Not happiness, because this feels unrealistic and untrue to the nature of being a human, truly. But peace. If you engage in discussions and you feel your nervous system just getting so triggered and your fight or flight response system is just going off, your sympathetic nervous system is alerted, remember that peace is going to be what is going to help you through this week, okay? I am peaceful. Affirmations that remind you of peace. Writing things that make you feel peaceful. Needing to really get to know what makes you peaceful, what makes you feel peaceful for yourself. And I care for the earth. I feel like above all, this is even speaking to the fact that your body is the earth. We are walking little earthlings, right? You could think about someone who lives on Mars. You're going to call them Martians, right? So we're earthlings. That everything gets birthed from the egg, and that egg is your body. That egg is your body. You have the capacity to do only what you can do. Recognizing your cosmic lineage as well here with the stars here. That, yeah, we are earthlings, but we also belong to the Milky Way galaxy. Seeing yourself broader than just you, human, singular. I care for the earth is remembering that there's a connection, there's an interconnection. I feel sometimes that when we feel lonely, it's because we've forgotten that. This division of anything is a lie. The thing that is the most true is that we are connected. We all have a soul that is connected. We are all humans, regardless of shape, color, job, financial abundance, whatever. Caring for the earth is caring for your body, for your vessel. You know? Which is very in line with Virgo energy, right? The mother, the maiden, Mother Earth. Maybe connecting to plants, putting your hands in the dirt, going for walks without shoes will help. Getting into the ocean, just talking to Mother Earth, creating that relationship with Gaia, which is what Mother Earth's energy is called, will be medicine for this week. Let's see. Let's get an oracle of the 7 energies. I love this guidebook. Messages for the collective for this week, please. Messages for the collective for this week, source, please. We have the storyteller. 17. What about the storyteller? Can you give us a confirmation for the storyteller, please? Confirmation for the story. No, that was a ton. Confirmation for the storyteller, please. I'm feeling like, okay, whose story are you writing? When you, there's this, I feel as though there is a deepening mastery of our relationship to our mind this week, or just in general with Virgo season, where just being aware, observant of the content of your mind, what it thinks about. What are the stories that it's saying? And how often are the stories actually about you, or are they about others? Into me I see. Number 8. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're both 8s. Because 17 is 1 plus 7, 8. 8, 8. And 8 talks about a deep connection to the universe, right? You think about the infinity sign, that's 8, right? So it's a connection to, it's enlightenment. 8 is enlightenment, which makes sense because the first time we shift through Mercury was with Gemini, which is at the individual level, and then Virgo is at the social level. So it's understanding bigger than I. The storyteller, into me I see. Maybe we're we're understanding what is really being said by our being when we speak of others in a certain way. What is really being said from our being when we speak about our experiences in some way. Into me I see what the storyteller is understanding the underlying current / energy / aspect of ourself that is being spoken life into when we are speaking. This is it your inner child speaking? Is it your higher self speaking? Is it your shadow speaking? What is it that is speaking in you when you say the things that you do? Into me I see is knowing that it's deeper than just the story. It's deeper than that. Let's see what the description of these say. 17, we're talking about, oh, I love this. I love this. It says, identity, positive self-definition, teaching others how to treat you through the stories you tell about who you are. Yes. Because Virgo is also talks about worthiness, knowing that you are worthy. Knowing that you are worthy of being taken care of also. Knowing that the desires you have are worthy of being fulfilled and that you do not need to do it all on your own. Virgo is surrendering that huge part of them that is in service to other, to allow service to be to them as well. Yes, I'm getting goosebumps. Into me, I see. Into me, I see, and I can remove all of the stories, all of the things that I plug into that are not the truth of my being, that don't allow me to receive love in the way that I deserve, that don't allow me to receive affection, that don't allow me to receive joy, to receive companionship, to receive happiness, to receive connection. Oh, it's a dog. I was like, why is that person so hairy? Why is my brain like this? So cute. This is so beautiful. I'm going to read this because it's honestly like, this is the fucking tea. This is the tea. Do you know the story you tell others about who you are? You are a unique being with unique talents and a story unique to you and your experience. In fact, your destiny can be found in the way you weave together these threads of yourself in the world. If there's anything in your life you want to change, then it's time to adjust the story you tell about yourself. Perhaps you are too self-deprecating or apologetic about how you shine, minimizing your power so others will accept you. Perhaps the way you voice your expectations diminishes your ability to succeed, or you are too willing to tolerate a less than supportive environment. It's easy to be in denial when it comes to others and their behavior towards you. Understand, however, that you teach people how to treat you through how you talk about yourself. Once you recognize that what story you're telling others about how to treat you, you can tell a different one. What if you could connect to your true power as a co-creator of your reality? The story originates in your mind, how you think, your conditioning, your past experiences, how you view the world, and what you expect to see in it. The truth is, you have everything you need to tell a new tale and weave more blessings into the world as your unique contribution. In fact, practice speaking of your amazing success, your overflowing abundance, and all the love that surrounds you. Soon, the outer world will tell the same story back to you. Fuck yes. Fuck yes, motherfuckers. This is about as within, so without. Understanding that was a huge theme lately has been that creation. Creating this new life for yourself is not happening outside of you. It happens internally, like a flower blossoms from the middle and expands. Everything starts from the middle and expands. Everything. So into me, I see the middle. What is expanding? With the stars in here, it's like really taking the time to tap into your higher self and say, what do you see for me? What do you see for me, higher self? How do you see me? Honestly, that one too. That is what I have been personally asking. Source, show me how you see me. Allow me to see me through the lens of you. Which is worthiness, right? Source knows your fucking worth. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do nothing to be worthy. Virgo, as in service to other, there's a lot of probably limiting beliefs or things being triggered of feeling, this happened to me literally yesterday and I just realized. That's funny. A lot of connections between what we do for others, work, how much we move, how much we contribute, and worthiness. Untying that fucking knot to see ourselves, to ask source to show you through their eyes. That's your worth. That's your divinity. Into me, I see. Let's go to that. It says intimacy, trust in another, dropping shields and rigid boundaries to allow connection, the willingness to be vulnerable. What did I fucking say? Because Virgo energy is also notorious for keeping those, for being a turtle, for being a fucking turtle. That's why a turtle came up. Slow and steady. That's literally Virgo, slow and steady. And the turtle. I love that. Okay. At certain precious moments, you're called into a deep and meaningful connection with the world or another person. A magical affinity arises with the kind of intimacy that in turn encourages a greater understanding of yourself. The relationship acts as a mirror, helping you see your own patterns. What it reflects about you can further your own personal evolution. Now is the time to take a risk by connecting with another. Can you see how far you've come? Also, something that really came out strong in me in the last few days was, wow, let me just acknowledge, take the time to acknowledge how far you've come. Take the time to acknowledge the energetic change within you. Take the time to acknowledge the things that you say about take the time to acknowledge how far you've come internally. Can you see what is still alive within you that needs to change or heal? You will discover more about who you are as you discover more about another, because people trigger us, right? That's why we work together. Even if you cannot possibly know what it's truly like to be in someone else's shoes, you can listen and learn. This is a magical gift being offered to you right now. Oh shit. This concept applies beyond romantic connection. What do the dynamics in your closest friendships, work relationships, and family say about you? Relationships are extraordinary opportunities for healing. When predicated on honesty and caring, they have a great impact on how you contribute to the world. Intimate relationships hold up a mirror of truth and reveal more treasures than you might ever expect. If you can look into it, take a risk, and see everything as beautiful, even in its imperfections, imagine how deep you could go. Wow, source. That's a fucking tea. That's the fucking tea. Literally, even this depiction is Virgo vibes through and through, because the angel wings and just earthly, sensual. This is Virgo energy. Wow. Okay. So beautiful. So beautiful. So I'm going to have to talk about this thoughts and stories, because that is literally what the message is what is the story you're telling yourself? And so that story that you're telling yourself, obviously, you're speaking through your mind, right? And your mind spends most of its time in the past or in the future. And what is important to recognize is that we become addicted to feelings. So a lot of the time, it's like we keep thinking about these things and our mind won't stop going there. And we're like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I let this go? Not realizing that it's because your body is addicted to the feeling that that story is giving you. But I have always found that once you recognize what's happening, once you understand the mechanism of it, once you have an awareness of what's happening, that's how you take your power back. You go, oh, fuck, that's what my body wants. My body wants to feel this emotion. Let me observe that. Let me practice breathing into my body. Let me practice being present, because in the now is the only place, the only motherfucking place, guys, I can't even fucking stress this, that you have control and power to change your destiny. We think about the future, but realistically, the only thing that's going to change the future is how you exist in the present moment now, and what decisions that you make consciously that align with your higher self, so you can better align your future. It's in the now. It's all in the now. It's all in the now. So recognize that you can be addicted to feeling a certain way and from seeking validation for the feeling. So when you see your mind going back to the past, okay, you're just chilling, it's going back to the past, and it's replaying these scenarios where, let's use me for an example, replaying these scenarios of where people have fucked me over. Mind you, I fucked people over too, yo. Okay? Ain't no angel here. Ain't no angel. I don't know why. See, I'm even here, my ego's like, let them know you're good. Anyways, I don't need to do that. If people know my heart, people know my heart, period, point blank. That's it. So my brain will go back to scenarios where people have fucked me over to feel angry, because I have an addiction. Hello, AA. To that energy, to the emotion energy of anger. My body is addicted to feeling angry. So we'll replay these past scenarios where people have made me mad, where I have been, and validly, like that, these scenarios where it was valid for me to be mad, right? Because my body wants to feel that anger. Okay. So just realizing that your mind will go back to past scenarios or to future scenarios to feel that feeling. Example for future is to feel anxious. You can be addicted to the feeling of anxiety. okay? Because it becomes comfortable in that. That becomes known. It's known for you to feel anxious and to think about the future, think about the future, think about the future. When realistically, the unknown, where the magic happens, is you saying, who knows what could happen? But that allows your higher self to create this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful force for you that's better than the force that you thought you were planting with anxiety. So when you find your mind going back to a story of the past, I want you to see what emotion is that story tied to, and recognize, so my body's addicted to anger. Even just that is how you take your power back, because you are enlightened to how the scenario is happening. You're like, wow, okay, so my body wants to feel angry because it has been addicted to that feeling of anger. Let me take my power back by anchoring myself into the now, by breathing into the now, because that is a pattern. Remember, it talked about what are your patterns. Into me, I see. Into me, I have the courage to see and acknowledge my patterns, my addiction to emotions. This is not talked about enough. This is not talked about enough. The way that I broke myself out of like really bad dark nights of the soul depressions is breaking that fucking cycle of feeling addicted to being miserable. So slowly, slowly, slowly putting things into my life that make me happy, slowly talking to more people, slowly putting myself out there, slowly, very slowly, slow and steady, like that turtle. You break it. It's up to you to do that. So yeah, having the courage to see the fucking patterns. And I want to say that if your mind is going back to a traumatic event, this is different. This is different, okay? If you have not felt, seen, and released that trauma, so actually really allowed yourself to experience it in your body, talk to people that you need support from. If you have not first done that and validated that trauma for yourself, that's different, okay? That is different than your mind just being addicted to an emotion. It's more complex. So it requires more patience. It requires more awareness. It requires more energy to break those patterns. But you can also be addicted to the emotion of a trauma. Okay, and remember, I say this so much that I literally just want to put a shoe in my mouth. It's a cycle, okay? It's a sphere. It's a sphere. It's not a fucking circle. You're not, I'm happy, oh, I'm sad. I'm happy, oh, I'm sad. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're not spinning your wheels. You might think that you are. No, you're in a sphere. You're deepening your connection to yourself. You're going deeper into me. I see, right? So yeah, so this is why I'm serious. I'm serious about telling y'all to meditate. Start a regular daily meditation practice. We're in the age of information, okay? Your nervous system needs this. That is medicine to your nervous system. When you can embody a daily meditation practice, it does not have to be long. Let it grow gradually. I started at 1 minute. Shit you not, it was hard for me to meditate for 1 minute. And then I was at 5 minutes for the longest time. And then I went to 10 minutes for the longest time. And then 15 minutes for the longest time. And now I'll do 15 to 30 minutes. Or 10 to 30 minutes, okay? Usually within 20, okay? Under 20. But meditation is not a fucking joke. Like, this is actually scientifically proven that it lessens the activity in your cortex, your neocortex, which is your prefrontal cortex, which is the one that's responsible for planning, for conscious really thinking, which is, by the way, Virgo energy to a motherfucking T. The world is so beautiful the way that it works, truly. It's Virgo energy to a fucking T. So you need to shut that shit off, because you don't need to constantly be but that's what we're doing. We're scrolling on Instagram. We're looking at notifications. We're this and this and this and this. There's billboards. There's people texting us. It's too much. It's too much, okay? It's too much. It's burning you out. That is why meditation is the medicine for that, okay? And you don't need to just sit there quietly, meditate, not moving. No, what the fuck? Itch yourself if you want to itch yourself. Move your legs if you're uncomfortable. Take a drink of water. Like, make meditation your own, okay? Okay. Anyways, so I want to we have the Lover's Oracle. Lover's Oracle. I'm going to just pull a few of these. I want this just to be from honestly, let's see. I just want these to be love messages literally from source, okay? Literally from source. Love messages from source to the beings who are watching this. What are the messages, love messages that they need to hear just about love in general? And I'm not talking about just romantic relationship. I'm talking about the frequency of love. What is it that people need to hear about the frequency of love to soothe their souls right now, to give them encouragement and just to allow them to be at peace? Are you fucking getting me? I think that's everything. Are we surprised? Playfulness. What did I say about the inner child? Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together and remember, love is the greatest healer. We have power. You instinctively know what is right for you and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. And wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Interesting. Can you please give me a confirmation? Obviously, we don't need to confirm playfulness, y'all. I'm telling you, we talked about that in the beginning. If you're not building that container of what you're building for yourself with your inner child directing the way, you're going to be unfulfilled. Okay, so prioritize your playfulness. I really have to pee. Oh, I just realized there's a truck about that guy who pulled up the other day and was like, this man was like, do you know when it's low tide? Yeah, the fact that I literally see your truck right there tells me that you knew when it was low tide. Don't talk to me. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, I just threw them everywhere. Sources like, focus, dude. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, so tell me the confirmation for wait, don't rush into it. Okay. Okay, so what's coming out for that is when it comes to matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of love and light. Of life and love. Love and light. What the fuck? Sorry. Not sorry. I'm not apologizing. I'm a silly girl and that's how I am. Period, point blank. Anyways. What the... Okay. So wait. This tells me that some of y'all... It's hot in this bitch, you know? There's a choice to be made that has to do with love, loving yourself, loving others, loving a job, no matter what it is, just the frequency of love that you find yourself currently in 7 of Cups energy. You are evaluating everything. You're confused. You don't know what's happening. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. And then this confirmation that there's no choice that you can make that would be wrong for you, because if you make it connected from source, connected to your intuition, connected to what you feel the most called to do, then that is what you need to experience. But wait tells me that wait until you have clarity. Okay, allow nature to take its course. Wait for the utmost clarity before you move forward. And if you don't have the utmost clarity, you have the right to tell people. Actually, I feel like that's why power is coming up. You have the power to tell people that I'm not ready to make a decision. I need some time. Okay? And coming out with that, we have transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. I feel like this is to do with that whoever is indecision and needs to tell people that I need time to make a decision, okay? Transformation is happening, and transformation will occur the most with ease when you acknowledge that you can honor your own timing. You don't go for other people's timing when it comes to this, okay? Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. That and don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So definitely some of y'all are very, very indecisive, very confused, and it's because there's some emotions there. They're sorry. Oh yeah, I cracked myself up. Anyways, Yeah, so it's guilt and resentment. This indecisiveness is showing you that it's the emotions. There's this very charged energy within you that wants to be acknowledged, first and foremost. And for you to take your foot off the gas pedal, you need to let yourself have time. Let yourself have time to figure it out, okay? Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. I'm feeling this energy of it's not up to you to change people, okay? Some of you feel like it is. Like if I embody this, maybe they'll change. Respect their journey. Respect their journey. Love comes in various forms. No, okay, no more of these because 50,000 just popped over, and that's how I know that there's no more. Not a need. That there's no more to do that. Oh my god, I can't speak anymore. I really have to pee, but I'm not gonna get out while that guy is there. Alright, final message. Final message for this video. Final message, closing message. The veil, the future. I feel like this is get excited. Get excited for the future. Get excited for the future. The veil, the future. What about the veil, the future for this closing message? What about the veil, the future for this closing message? We have the lamp, remembrance. Interesting. This is interesting because this is what I was talking about, right? The past and the future. I feel like it's really, we're really learning as a collective, especially if you're on this squad journey. What the fuck? We're becoming the masters of our mind. We are no longer being swept away by it. What is the link between the remembrance and the future for the final message source? What's the link between remembrance and the future? What is the link between remembrance and the future? Okay, what is the link between remembrance and the future? I guess the future came first, so what is the link between the future and remembrance? What is the link between the future and remembrance for final messages for the collective? Remembering your power to alter your future. Yeah, that's the one because it came out. Emotional intelligence. Bruh. This is that message that I literally talked about. How that we can be addicted to our emotions. So it's really, holy fuck, this is deep, guys. This is mastery. Virgo season is mastery. I fucking love when things come together. I love it. I fucking love it. Makes me so happy. Thank you, source. Okay, thank you for explaining this to me. Emotional intelligence, we have like a blood moon in the back there. So this talks about even just seeing that blood moon. I think that's like when the sun and the moon are, anyways, but that even talks about the masculine, the feminine coming together, really moving from wholeness. Really, the aspects of us are really coming together. Holy fuck, this has been the message that I've been feeling so strongly the past few weeks, is seeing every single aspect of yourself and stop shaming them. Stop shaming them. Let yourself be whole. Let yourself be fucking whole. Goosies. Not allowing our addictions to our emotions to really fucking alter the future. Really taking accountability for what it is. Yeah, the bees going by saying, yeah, you got this. You on there. Taking full accountability for how our body experiences itself. Because it's your body that's addicted to the emotions that these stories play. Because you've played these stories for so fucking long, right? That it's no longer just a choice of thinking. It's an addiction in your body. Because your body wants that chemical release that comes after you think the story and the emotion is released. So the future coming up, and then remembrance and emotional intelligence. That's remembering that emotional intelligence, that dance between the mind and the emotions is fucking huge. Harmonizing that, when you can harmonize that, really, that's when you can create through the ashes at the bottom of the deck, the energy that's supporting you. And the illumination of change. Wow. And reducing the burden. Oh my goodness, this is just beautiful. This is beautiful. So yeah, that's the messages that I have for you guys for this week, for this Virgo energy. Honestly, I feel like these messages are, well, one, they're timeless. So anytime you find this video is perfect time that you find this video. But also, this is definitely a Virgo season message. This is definitely Virgo season. So this is definitely applicable until the 21st of August, 2021. And even just if you're thinking about mastering your emotions, mastering your heart, oh my God, it's so beautiful how everything just ties together. So thank you guys so much for watching, for being on this journey with me. Everything that I speak about, I want y'all to know that I'm in the fucking mud with y'all. I'm in the mud with you. I'm literally right there, like experiencing the same thing. So don't ever come on my videos and think that I'm like holier than thou, because no, not. I'm a human. I'm experiencing relatively the same things that you are, just through my own little experience. And that's that. I wish I could pee, but I cannot. I need to turn my car on because it's foggy as fuck in here. And I love you. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, stick around. Let me know your experiences if you like. Let me know my experiences. What the fuck, man? And yeah, subscribe, stick around, turn on the post notification bell so you never miss an upload with me, even though I literally post it on all my socials. And yeah, shove it down your throat. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Hey, yo. So I love you. And I feel like a very important thing to say is just even for this Virgo new moon, which is today, which I don't know if a video will upload today because sometimes it takes fucking an eternity and a half. Thank you for technology, Source. I am grateful. Is just to ask Source, if you're not manifesting anything or you're not intending anything, just intend to, especially if you have self-worth, self-esteem challenges, is Source, show me, allow me to see me through your eyes. Period, point blank. So, I love you guys. Mwah.